sure to check out Ageless Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Broly movie version Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So we do of course get the basic style box when it comes to the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball line. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box, and on the window in white does say SH Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. Then we do get the Tamashii Nations quality sticker on the right side. We do get a badass image of the Vegeta figure. Then we do get the Toei animation warning, blah blah blah, Dragon Ball Super, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here's the bottom of the box. We do get a black and white image of Vegeta. Then here's the top of the box, another black and white image of the figure. Then the one side, the continuation of the window. Then the other side, we do get some more black and white images of the figure. Then the back of it does show a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure up and take a closer look at the version 2 Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta with the awesome Super Saiyan God hair sculpt that looked great in the promo images, but it looks like it didn't turn out as good with the finished product here. Gosh darn it. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Tamashii Nations did a dope job with this Vegeta. And like usual with their Dragon Ball figures, we really don't get any like line work, shading, or anything like that. And this Vegeta looks like he has no shading anywhere at all, not even in his hair. But besides that, the figure really did turn out nice as hell. I love the way the hair looks. It is an updated sculpt. It's not the same as the Super Saiyan hair sculpt. As you can see right here, the Super Saiyan one is wider. This one is a little more narrow. But I do love how they added the sculpted lines all through it. The paint's nice and clean where it meets the skin tone there. But I don't see any shading or anything on it, which is a bit disappointing. But I do love that metallic-y blue that they chose for, and it does match the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta's hair. So that is a damn miracle. For once, they matched the Super Saiyan Blue hair color, even though they just did it once before. And I mean, they never really do it with the Super Saiyan hair color as well. Those never match with their figures. But the hair sculpt looks great. It is sharp, so be careful of that. Face sculpts turned out alright. I just noticed there is some blue paint like smudged on the forehead there, so that kind of sucks. The faces, a lot of people are complaining that not enough detail is brought out in them, and especially for the Super Saiyan God hair sculpt, which we'll go over next. I mean, the faces don't look too bad in person, to tell you the truth. They did add some nice paintwork in the ears, though, so that's definitely awesome. And then I do like his new armor here that he did wear in the new Broly movie. I like the gray instead of the all white, so we get the gray and then the white along the edges there. And we have that same, like, mustardy yellow type color for the midsection and the straps going across the shoulders. Just hate that they don't add the darker lines and the sculpted lines there. And I noticed like some navy blue paint there fresh out of the box. I was like, come on, man, right on the center of the damn figure. And then the back there, the armor looks dope. Nice clean paintwork. I don't see any issues besides on the midsection right there. And the arms, pretty much same arms that we've been getting with the newer updated Vegeta figures. Nice sculpt and paint all throughout it. The paint's pretty clean where the white meets the navy blue, but a little sloppy in certain spots. I like the sculpted wrinkles around the wrists there. And then the legs, same legs we've been getting, I believe. And like I said, I don't think there's any shading on the figure for those of you who are curious. And then the boots here, we get the sculpted wrinkles at the bottom around the ankles there. And then the feet look fine. They do have that gray sole on there, but they did not add the paint and the sculpted lines. Once again, in the bottom, not too much going on. But overall, besides not having any like shading or anything like that, the figure still did turn out really nice, and Tamashii Nations did do an awesome job with the detail. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, this Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is pretty much included with the basic Vegeta type accessories. Would be nice to get like a blast effect or something like that, maybe even that Gallic Gun effect that we got with the Dragon Ball Super Future Trunks. But what we do get 2 interchangeable hair sculpts along with 4 interchangeable faces. So we do get the 2 interchangeable hair sculpts, which a lot of people are very happy about. So on the left, on the top, we do have the Super Saiyan Blue one, of course, and then we do get the added Super Saiyan God one, and they're both the same hair sculpt, just colored differently. as you can clearly see, and I'll show you what the Super Saiyan Red hair sculpt looks like next to the Goku ones after this. And then we do get 4 alternate faces. So we do have 3 for Super Saiyan Blue, and then we just have the 1 for the Super Saiyan God. So starting on the left for Super Saiyan Blue, we have the basic stern face, which comes on the figure out of the packaging. Then in the middle we have my favorite, the angry teeth gritted face. Then next to that one we have the yelling, screaming face. And then for the Super Saiyan God hair sculpt, we do have the smirking, smiling type face. And they did a fantastic job on all 4 faces. They might look not as detailed, but having it in hand, they really don't look as bad as they've been looking in reviews or videos and pictures. So don't be too worried about the faces not looking good enough, because they did turn out pretty good, and they're very easy to interchange along with swapping the heads. I'll show you how to do that right now. And like I said, swapping the heads and faces is very simple and basic as well. So swapping the faces, which you can only do with the Super Saiyan Blue hair sculpt, just pull the front of the hair off and then just take the new face and peg that one on, and then there you go, as simple as that. Now changing the hair sculpts, all you do is pull up on the head, it'll pop right off. Try not to stab yourself since his hair is very sharp. Line up the peg hole over the peg, just push down and it should pop right on the joint there. And then there you go, you have Vegeta rocking the Super Saiyan God look there. And like I said, the faces don't look as bad as they do through a video or through pictures. It does look much better having it in hand. And if any of you are curious, you can actually take the Super Saiyan hair sculpt from the 2.0 Vegeta if you want a Super Saiyan Vegeta with this armor here, because the ball pegs are the same exact size. So you could have a Super Saiyan Vegeta with the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie armor right there, which is definitely awesome. And if anybody is curious to see if the Super Saiyan God hair colors match for Goku and Vegeta, they almost do. Vegeta's is a little bit darker compared to Goku's, but it's not as bad as some of the Super Saiyan hair sculpt colors. But we do get those 2 interchangeable hair sculpts and faces. And then we also get his crossed arms. And for Vegeta figures, this is a must. I'm glad Tamashii Nations keeps including the crossed arms with their Vegeta figures. It's the same ones we've been getting. It does have some nice sculpt and paintwork to it. Pretty clean paint for the most part there from what I could see. And they're very easy to swap out. I'll show you how to do that right now quickly. Even though most of you probably already know how to do it. But I figure I'll show you anyway, because it's a review. And to put his crossed arms on is very simple. One of the easiest figures who have crossed arms that are very simple to get on. So you just gotta take off his regular arms. Make sure the peg is facing forward like that on the arms right there. And then take the crossed arms. What I do is I swivel one side on until it's fully pegged on there. And then I kind of wiggle the other side on until it pegs in, and then there you go. That is how you get his crossed arms on. And like I said, I made him smack himself in the face. And like I said, I really love that Tamashii Nations keeps including these crossed arms with the Vegeta figures. So we do get the crossed arms, and then we finally get 9 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we do get a pair of the martial arts stance type hands for Vegeta. Then we do get a right thumbs up hand. We do get a pair of final flash hands, and then a pair of open palm blast hands. And they're the same hands we've been getting with the 2.0 Vegeta. And we do get some very nice sculpt detail throughout all 9 hands, and they're very simple to swap out as well. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with the Prince of All Saiyans. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, to the very top of his head, it looks like he's around 5 inches tall. Then to the very top of his hair, he's about 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, the 2.0 Vegeta, the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, and the Full Power Super Saiyan Broly. And then here he is compared to a bunch of the other SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mifex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation. This Vegeta pretty much has the basic Vegeta articulation. So we do have 2 joints at the neck here. The upper neck joint is on the ball hinge, so you can get Prince Vegeta to look up about that much. Looks down with that joint pretty good. And then you do get just a little bit of pivot there. If you move the joint sideways, of course you will get more pivot. It does swivel, of course. Then we just get a tiny bit of forward and back movement at the lower neck. Really minimal there. A little bit of pivot, and then it does swivel as well. So alright movement at both those neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso right under the chest, and you can shift that joint up, so you do get a little more movement out of the figure. Vegeta crunches forward that much with that joint, and then goes back about that much, but you do see a ugly gap there. And then you do get alright pivot, and then it does swivel as well. You can shift that joint back down if you would like to, but I'm going to show you the waist articulation as well, which moves forward and back just a tiny bit. Very minimal pivot, and you get better swivel there. So with both joints, he crunches forward that much, and both joints goes back about that much. Now for the arms here, we do get a little bit of a circular motion out of the shoulder, and we do have some butterfly joints that really don't work too well because his armor does get in the way, but I guess it's better than nothing. And then the arms do go out to the sides about 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have the true bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in almost all the way, well, pretty much all the way. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist. It does swivel and hinges back and forth. I had to find where the hinge was. Now for the legs here, Vegeta, these leg joints for some reason don't work as good as other Vegeta figures. Something is hindering it because I can't get his leg to move any further than that. It doesn't even go 90 degrees, so something is preventing the legs from moving to their full extent like previous 2.0 Vegeta figures. So they don't really move forward that well. They go back about 45 degrees, and he cannot Jean-Claude Van Damme it. They just hit like 45 degrees, so really bad leg movement with Vegeta here. We do have the hip swivel there. We do have double jointed knees that bend back all the way. Then for the ankles here, they do swivel. We have that weird ankle joint they keep giving Vegeta. They hinge up really well, hinge down decently, and then you get not a good ankle pivot. They're still using that joint where I hate the damn ankle pivot. If you want to use the pivot, it like moves the foot sideways, so it looks really weird. You can't just pivot it naturally, you know what I mean? So not too happy with the ankle joints they continue using with Vegeta. And then we do have a little bit of a toe hinge. So overall, this Vegeta, like I said, does have the basic Vegeta articulation, but for some reason some points are getting hindered, like the legs and the ankles are still not good either, but you're going to be able to get them in some pretty good Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Broly movie Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd definitely have to give it an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from Anime Export, but they are sold out. My buddy from Ageless Geeks just got the Japan release of this Vegeta in stock. He will also be getting the US release later on this month, so you can head over to agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find it on there, I do recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box, and on the right side, we do get a few images of the Vegeta figure. Then we damn it, the 2.0 Vegeta. Wonder how many outtakes this is gonna be. The SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. It's Vegeto. Damn it! Why'd I put Vegeta and Vegeto right next to each other? And then we do get a pair of open palm blastity hands. I don't know what I'm doing. A pair of final. Damn you! This isn't Goku. It's Vegeta. And then we do get a pair of martial arts stance hands that are meant for Vegeta. Then we do get well, obviously they're meant for Vegeta. What the hell am I talking about? So now for the articulation. Oh man. Try not to stab yourself while doing it because his hair is very sharp.